Tá mais de vez pra vocês aqui, parte 2, né? Bom, na semana passada a gente começou a jogar um novo jogo, o jogo do Vampiro, né? Uma coisa assim, né? Bom, no último episódio, conversando, só conversando, nada de combate, mas esse jogo é mais focado mesmo de RG, RGP, uma coisa assim. Bom, mais focado numa coisa assim de história, só conversa, mas tudo bem. Bom, antes de começar, se inscreva no canal, ative o sininho, deixa o like. E também, só para lembrar, outro dia, no último vídeo, tava jogando no T4, o T4 tá meio ruim, assim, não consegui usar todas as habilidades, é meio assim, né, mas agora eu tô jogando no controle, acho que é melhor, eu acho, né, mas, bom, é isso, cara, assim, isso, então vamos começar a jogar. Bom, é isso, vamos lá. Vamos já seguindo o rastro, né.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Não sei se estão aqui ainda, mas aqui vamos lá, seguindo o rastro aqui à frente.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Salvar dois mãos. Equipe uma arma de dois mãos, aperte X para definir o ataque. Se fizer isso no momento certo, o inimigo sofre bastante dano ao tatuamento.
We've done it before. I've had a drink outside tonight. Quench my thirst. I must have more. Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop. You're my last and dearest friend.
Calma aí, não tô entendendo. Agora sim, eu acho que eu acertei. Acho que é isso. Deixa eu ver agora. Entendi. Defesa.
Please, let go of me.
Vou dar defesa isso aqui.
I can't stand it anymore.
Vou atacar normal, mas com que defesa só apertar o Y. Gente. Vou aumentar.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
I can never harm you, Mr. Hampton.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Pronto. Você viu como o controle é mais fácil para fazer atacar a habilidade, mais fácil. É isso que eu gosto de jogar no controle.
William, please, stop. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir,
Listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Entendi. É a Vampyr também.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Ok, vamos investigar, né?
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Sem subir. Nada demais, vamos então.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea.
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stone, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist, returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Certo.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Ok. Aqui. Aqui é o meu esconderijo. Vai cortar isso aqui no hospital, né? Tá bom, vamos lá então no hospital, né?
You can do better than that. Now, it's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Master, give me a good phone. Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Só que eu não entendi. Ele matou aquele cara ou ele tava ali, tem uma coisa assim, não sei.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Que a quantidade de sangue indica quanto XP você receberá no cidadão em particular. Quanto maior a quantidade de sangue, mais você recebe. Para beber o sangue, sua peso primeiro é excelente identidade e aí um local afastado de outras pessoas. Seu nível de deve ser igual a um superior resistência cidadão.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Okay.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Gente. Tá no hospital.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
How long must I wait, damn it?
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove.
Se achar um lixo, eu posso pegar alguns materiais. Ok, agora já sei, né? Se eu preciso fabricar alguma coisa, eu preciso dessa coisa aí, então. Ok, vamos lá no segundo andar do meu escritório. Opa, antes de ir, tem uma coisa aqui.
It's locked, all right.
Cartão, tem uma tancada, não sei pra fazer o que, mas ok. Aqui é a saída. Garrafa pequena. Nada. Não tem nada. Ok, agora vamos subir. Segundo andar, no final do corredor.
I cannot enter.
Doutor, tá, eu sou o doutor. Não vou entrar minha. Não. Serra usado. Garrafa pequena.
It's locked, all right.
Aqui o doutor, meu escritório.
It's locked.
Trancado. Ok, vamos abrir meu escritório.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Vamos aqui. Tá, não tem nada mais. Onde eu pego água para encher? Moeda 25 centavos. Não posso encher minha água. Vai carregar minha planta. Mas não tem como fazer aqui, né? Fabricação. Você precisa analisar corretamente quem contou para no meu canal a receita. Que componentes analisados. Preciso de bastão. Ok. O que temos aqui? Ressecar.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Ok, vamos descansar. Antes disso, vamos ver aqui. A gente podemos melhorar. Mordida. Até que parceira. Elevação bia. Garra. Barriga de sangue. Opa. Gostei dessa aqui. É isso. Vamos lá. De evento é destino, todos os nomes sequência das ações pode piorar o estado de saúde. Ele também pode piorar devido a doença disseminado entre os cidadãos. De evento. Quanto mais mata, mais isto fica. Seu estado de saúde fica abaixo do limite crítico. A situação é católica. Cabe você decidir o destino de um destino. Esse que eu acabei de matar, né?
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst?
Atrás da porta.
For blood. The flower's dying. It needs water. Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Catar do hospital.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate.
Certo. Tem aqui alguém, tem sangue lá em cima, então. Ok.
It's locked.
Não tem nada aqui a sala. Aqui onde eu entrei. Ah, vamos subir então, né? O único jeito, né? É. Tem aqui alguém em cima.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Ok. Moedinha.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Ok, vai encontrar. Tem outra vindo? É, tem outra. Nossa, não sabia que ia me atacar. Mas ok. Fechado.
I cannot enter.
Fechado, então precisa outra porta. Chove, né?
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Olhando aqui em cima, então acho que é só pra descer voando sobre o sol. Eita, pega. Mas tem mais gente aqui. Tem um aqui, tem um outro aí. E...
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Certo. Tem mais gente na outra sala, né? Aqui, uma cantaria. Minha vida tá uma pó.
It's locked, all right.
São cenários parecem ser de acordo com o destino.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Como é que eu ganhei?
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Rapaz, não tô assistindo não, que só vai dar uma coisa errada. Foi.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Não sei o que mais. Foi lá. O médico lá, né?
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
I wasted too much energy for so little result.
Another line of the boys' battalion. You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
I will not let you down, my boy. I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Ele tá com muita dor, mas não adianta, a gente vai saber mais com mais informações, né?
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Benefit of the doubt.
Doctor.
Good evening, madam. can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Don't waste your time with me.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Reads me like a book.
É still dark, kid. E precisa exatamente do que? Mas cara, então, né? Bom, vamos mudar para o quarto só para ver o negócio do remédio. Certo. O tratamento aí precisa isso aqui, né? É, eu tenho. É isso. a gente vai ficar por aqui, né? A gente vai ficar na próxima semana, né? Domingo, né? Bom, é isso, galera. Se vocês têm gostado desse vídeo, se inscreve no canal, ativa o sininho e deixa o like também. Então, falou, tchau, fui!